Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso to form a federation separate from the Economic Community of West African States. What's up, family? My name is Joe Hotagua, and today we have news from West Africa. So, in a recent announcement, Mali and Burkina Faso, ruled by juntas who seized power in coups in 2020 and 2022 respectively, rushed to back Niger's military rulers when they ousted President Mohamed Bazoum in July, according to reports by AFP. So the top diplomats of the countries met in Burkina Faso for 2 days. And the purpose of these discussions was to elaborate on a functioning of the new alliance. So with the ministry stressing the importance of diplomacy, defense, and development to consolidate political and economic integration. So what the minister said in a joint statement following the 2-day meeting in Mali's capital, the foreign minister spoke of the great potential of peace, stability, diplomatic strength, and economic development that a strengthened political alliance offers. The ministers, guided by the ambition of ultimately achieving a federation uniting Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, recommended the creation of a confederation to the heads of the state of the alliance of the shell states. That's what the statement said. So Malian foreign minister mentioned that the recommendations would be presented to each head of state who are scheduled to convene in Mali at an unspecified date. So in late November, the economy and finance ministers of the countries convened, and they recommended the establishment of a stabilization fund, an investment bank, and a committee to examine an economic and monetary union. So the political instability within the three countries has inflicted a heavy blow on their economies. For example, Niger experienced a significant 40% reduction in budget after the coup and attendant internal sanctions. The country's debt also climbed to 8.5 million amidst ongoing political tensions. Gabon and Niger's participation in the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA trade program, was also terminated by the US. So in September, the military leaders of Mali and Burkina Faso and Niger established an alliance and called a Mutual Defense Pact. So this alliance was set up in response to the international pressure for the prompt return of the civilian rule, as well as enduring jihadist insurgencies that persist in all of three of those nations. So what are the implications of this merger? The implications is really as follows. In terms of the political, economic, and security cooperation, the foreign ministers of these countries have recommended the establishment of a confederation as a long-term goal to unite the West African neighbors within a federation. So this looks a lot like the ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, but really with just 3 countries. So these discussions aimed to elaborate on the workings of the new alliance, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy, defense, and development to consolidate political and economic integration. So here are some of those key implications the proposed federation might include. Number 1 is political integration. The federation aims to increase the strength of political and economic integration among the member countries, allowing them to work together in various issues and challenges more effectively. The second of which is economic cooperation. So the establishment of a confederation could lead to increased economic cooperation and development among the member countries. Because this would allow them to be more resource rich, they can work together on, with each other's expertise to address common challenges. And so this allows them to overall be better off economically. Next is security cooperation. The federation would enhance the security cooperation among the member countries, as they would have to work together to address the shared security concerns that they have with these military groups living in these small areas of their countries. And the next is regional stability. The proposed federation could contribute to a regional stability by fostering closer ties among the member countries and promoting peace, stability, and economic strength in the region. Next of which is the relationship with international partners. The Federation could also impact relationships between the members of these countries and their international partners, such as the European Union, the United States, and France. Now, there are going to be some implementation challenges, which is the next of the implications. So the success of the Federation does depend on the effective implementation of the proposed structures and the mechanisms, as well as a resolution of political conflicts or disagreements among their member countries. So overall, what this means is that these countries are going to be able to form their own alliance and have their own separate dependency on themselves. So these companies have the potential to be politically, economically, and security-wise could potentially actually have a benefit for their countries. However, the success of this initiative is dependent on the effective implementation of these proposed structures and mechanisms. So what does this mean, right? This means now that there may be less dependency on Western countries. And that is all in all what we've all been talking about, right? We want to see less dependency on the West. Now, we don't always want to see coups, but if we see a coup, we want to make sure that it has actually been beneficial to the country. All right, guys, that's all for today. If you found this useful and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Africa Diaspora News Network. And if you want to see more from me, you can check me out at Authentic African on YouTube and Authentic_African on Instagram. All right, guys, see you on the next video.